Could this ancient linen shroud be the most important artifact in history? The Shroud of Turin, a cloth believed to bear the image of Jesus, holds mysteries that continue to baffle science and inspire faith. This artifact could be solid evidence of Christ's resurrection if proven to be authentic. But can such an extraordinary claim withstand science? For over a century, researchers, scientists, and skeptics alike have studied it. In fact, $1 million challenge was issued to anyone who could replicate the shroud's unique features. To this day, no one has succeeded. If proven authentic, the shroud affirms the most important event in human history, the resurrection of Jesus. The image on the cloth is faint, so faint that it's barely visible to the naked eye. In 1989, the first photograph of the shroud stunned the world. The negative image revealed a strikingly clear depiction of a man. The image on the shroud is, in fact, a photographic negative, a discovery that would have been impossible for a medieval forger to create. In 1978, the Shroud of Turin research project brought together 40 world-class scientists for a 5-day examination. They conducted advanced imaging, ultraviolet photography, and microsampling of the cloth. They found no evidence of pigments, dyes, or paint. Instead, they discovered three-dimensional information encoded in the image, something no known artist technique could replicate. The analysis of the blood found on the shroud revealed some remarkable details. The blood is type AB, which is common in the Middle East, and it had a high amount of bilirubin. This means that the person suffered extreme physical trauma leading up to his death. It also explains why the blood on the shroud is still red. Forensic analysis of the scourge marks also showed something incredible, a blood clot in the center of each mark, surrounded by a serum ring. This can only form while a person is still alive, but there is no clot on the side wound. This is consistent with the biblical account of one of the soldiers piercing Jesus' side with a spear after he was dead. Even more remarkable is the blood stains appear beneath the image on the shroud. If someone had forged it, they would have had to place every blood stain on the shroud first, perfectly positioned, without knowing where the image would go later. In 1999, a botanist found pollen material from plants specific to Jerusalem on the shroud, including 2 now extinct plants that only bloom in the spring. This evidence suggests it originated in Jerusalem at precisely the right time. In 1988, scientists conducted carbon dating on the shroud and dated it to the Middle Ages. However, they found out later that the sample they tested came from a repaired section of the cloth. More accurate dating methods date the shroud to an average of 33 BC with a 95% probability. No known artist technique explains the shroud's three-dimensional image encoding or the way the fibers are discolored when viewed under a microscope. Scientists concluded that the image was caused by a brief, intense burst of ultraviolet radiation, something beyond medieval technology. The Shroud of Turin defies a natural explanation and challenges us to reconsider the boundaries between history, science, and faith. Is it truly the burial cloth of Jesus? One thing is certain, the shroud remains one of history's greatest mysteries, and perhaps that's precisely what makes it so powerful.